got a couple more folks filling in, and we'll start. Well, welcome. It's wonderful to have all of you here this morning. And welcome to the 2025 Whitfield School Awards Day. This morning we gather to celebrate young people and adults. We will honor athletes and artists, singers and scientists, writers, coders and educators, musicians, actors, and mathematicians. Students will receive awards for service and leadership, sportsmanship, and scholarship for their creativity, curiosity, hard work, perseverance, and commitment to excellence. To all of those that we will celebrate today, congratulations on your achievement ahead of time. You make us proud, and you make Whitfield better by challenging us and by inspiring us all to be the best version of ourselves. So thank you. Let's begin, and I'd like to invite Amanda Henry and Ebony Sistrunk to the podium to announce the first awards.
The Girl Scout Gold Award recognizes Girl Scouts who have created real, lasting, and sustainable change in their communities. To earn this recognition, a Girl Scout must find an issue in their community or the world that they care about, research the issue, identify experts and community members to serve on a team that will work to address the problem, and lead the team to carry out the plan. Girl Scout Gold Award recipients give numerous hours of their time to develop and present their proposals and carry out their plans to change the world for the better. Junior Tamir Tillman has worked tirelessly to obtain this achievement. For her Gold Award project, Tamir has gathered resources for students interested in entering medical professions, hosted an event for students to connect with medical professionals, and educated students and adults about how to handle a variety of medical situations should they arise. As a result of her efforts, Tamir has received the Girl Scout Gold Award. Tamir, we recognize you for your dedication to service, living out the Whitfield motto of be kind and do the right thing. Please join me in congratulating Tamir Tillman.
The American Youth Foundation I Dare You Leadership Award, given to one female and one male student, is awarded to a junior who recognizes the importance of personal integrity, shows potential for leadership, and a concern for positive development for him or herself and others in the community. This year's female recipient is one whose teachers describe as hardworking, motivated, creative, and curious. She consistently seeks to put her best effort forward, whether in the classroom, on the track, or when giving back to the community. This student is continually dedicated to self-improvement, whether developing her knitting skills to go from what she called wonky squares to gorgeous sweaters, or challenging herself to cut time from her most recent race. This student's potential to use their voice for the betterment of the world in which we live makes them the ideal award winner. Please join me in congratulating this year's I Dare You Leadership Award recipient, Finley Wilkins.
This year's male recipient of the I Dare You Leadership Award is positive, inquisitive, and willing to accept feedback. This student's passion for helping others is evident in the way he motivates his peers during group work and helps classmates understand key concepts in STEM courses. Outside of the classroom, this student volunteers his time to work with nurses and nurse technicians in a local emergency room to admit patients. His noble goal of expanding health literacy in low-income communities is demonstrative of his desire to make a long-lasting and meaningful impact on the world. We are confident in this student's ability to achieve this goal, improving the lives of so many. We are honored to present this year's I Dare You Leadership Award to Michael Fintoff.
The St. Louis County Outstanding Youth Award is given to a junior who maintains high personal standards, is actively involved in school, community, and/or religious activities, and who demonstrates leadership abilities. This year's awardee is the ideal student and exemplifies the best qualities of our school community. They consistently demonstrate academic excellence, but their contributions extend far beyond the classroom. This student's leadership experiences include participation in the Leadership Development Series, serving on the Student Advisory Board, being named a Dale Carnegie Glassman Leader, and recently being elected to the Student Council Executive Board. Whether performing on stage, traveling to Guatemala and Poland, organizing a book drive to create a little free library, or serving as captain of the varsity field hockey team, this student is committed to making the world a better place. Her kindness and joy inspire others, and she's a natural leader who will undoubtedly make an impact in the lives of many. We are so pleased to award this year's St. Louis County Outstanding Youth Award to Winnie Murphy.
The University of Rochester Frederick Douglass and Susan B. Anthony Award is awarded to a junior with a commitment to understanding and addressing difficult social issues, as well as leadership and a dedication to community action. This year's recipient is an individual who not only appreciates the beauty in the world around us, but who also seeks to contribute to it. Whether through music, computer science, writing, or world languages, this student gives their all to every topic that piques their interest. Committed to sharing his love of learning with others, this student created a YouTube channel with the goal of educating people on the topics of history, philosophy, and geopolitics. Similarly, he created an online forum that assists people with language learning and linguistics. Most certainly, many in our world have become better thanks to the dedication and intellectual curiosity of this student. We are pleased to present this year's University of Rochester Frederick Douglass and Susan B. Anthony Award to Jaden Jones.
The University of Rochester George Eastman Young Leaders Award recognizes outstanding students who demonstrate exceptional leadership, potential, academic achievement, and a commitment to community service. This year's recipient is a curious and thoughtful individual with an interesting and singular perspective. With a genuine love of learning, this student impresses their teachers by their ability to balance and manage many assignments and activities. Highly adaptable and willing to persevere to achieve their goals, this student is regularly described by their teachers as engaged, motivated, and witty. Seemingly never stressed, this student decided to join theater tech to balance their work life and discovered a passion. In addition to theater, this student is an active member of numerous clubs and teams on campus, including esports, tennis, Asian Student Union, and Ping Pong Club. Outside of Whitfield, he is also an accomplished artist whose digital graphics have helped him win online game jams. Please join me in congratulating this year's George Eastman Young Leaders Award recipient, Tate KL.
This year's recipient of the Nancy Kluge's Middle School English Award has been a consistent contributor the entire year in 8th grade English. Their literary presentations reflect thoughtful preparation and show regard for the intended audience. Most notable was her book review of Orwell's 1984 for independent reading. Her essay in preparation for the Admiral Ancestor speech demonstrates a close attention to detail and rhetorical flourishes. Not only has she been an academic all-star, but has also been an able advocate for others in her class, frequently offering a helping hand to those who may not have caught on as quickly. Her willingness to involve her classmates in her art gallery presentation made for an engaging and collaborative effort. In fact, her collaborative spirit in each English class this year sets a high standard for her fellow students. She memorably sent out a query to our faculty for further book suggestions recently. This led to a recently formed extracurricular book club. Finally, this student made significant efforts this year to make this year's 8th grade Literary Fest a success. Well, one more. Perhaps the most impressive aspect of this young scholar, she chose to read Guns, Germs, and Steel, The Fate of Human Society, a 500-page plus book, which she managed to distill into an engaging 10-minute presentation this past semester. This year's Nancy Kluge's Middle School English Award goes to Faye Rebecca Davidson. A diligent and self-disciplined student, this person comes to English class with more than just their homework completed. One teacher notes that this student is an effective writer, understanding a rhetorical situation and the relationship between author and audience, boosting her analytical skills and refining her understanding of complex ideas. Engaging deeply with every text, even those not named The Great Gatsby, the student makes genuine connections to the world beyond the pages. After reading a passage from Walden, this person came by to tell me that they literally stopped to smell the roses. Another aspect that sets this student apart is her active engagement with her peers, even when she is not the most vocal in large class discussions. She does not see herself as a leader and probably would avoid it if she were not so compelled to help her peers accomplish a goal. Her ability to listen and reflect before speaking allows her to elevate conversations in thoughtful ways. She infuses her creativity seamlessly, from writing a personal narrative as a college syllabus to creating a thought-provoking Story of America project. I am happy to announce that this year's Upper School English Award goes to Sophie Wilson.
The Middle School Social Studies Award is presented to a student who consistently exemplifies the skills of knowledge, an intellectual curiosity, and an outstanding researcher. This year's recipient has been a thoughtful and regular contributor to class discussions, often staying after class to explore topics in greater depth. His genuine passion for history and political science shines through in every assignment, discussion, and exam. His leadership and deep knowledge have enriched the learning environment for all his peers. His dedication extends beyond the classroom. His independent research project demonstrated not only academic skill, but also a remarkable level of insight. When he realized his initial research question needed refining, he thoughtfully revised his approach, showcasing a mature and methodical mindset that mirrors that of a seasoned scholar. His commitment to excellence and curiosity led to a project of exceptional quality. Thanks to his thoughtful research, this student's peers have learned a lot about the presidential election of 2000, party platforms, and leadership of Ralph Abernathy. Beyond academics, the student is known for his kindness and gratitude. He regularly takes the time to thank his teachers, a small gesture that speaks volumes about his character. For his dedication, focus, curiosity, consideration, and leadership, we are proud to recognize Ted Keeler with the Middle School Social Studies Award. This year's recipient of the Upper School Social Studies Award is an outstanding student whose contributions to the economics course this year have been exceptional. Throughout the year, the student consistently demonstrated intellectual curiosity, critical thinking, objectivity, and leadership. Their contributions to seminar discussions were insightful, well-supported, and often pushed the conversation to a deeper, more meaningful level. As a debater, they stood out for clear reasoning, persuasive arguments, and respectful engagement with opposing viewpoints. Beyond discussion and debate, the student was a model presenter, delivering projects that were not only polished and professional, but also educational for classmates. Their down-to-business attitude set a tone of focus and respect in the classroom, helping to foster a productive and positive learning environment for all. Indeed, they led by example, and their work ethic, professionalism, and positive leadership made them an invaluable member of the class and a clear choice for this award. In previous social studies courses, the student's appetite and aptitude for historical thinking, the evaluation of sources, civil discourse, causation and consequence, and perhaps paramount to all, his critical thinking skills were consistently and thoughtfully on display. Congratulations to this year's recipient of the Upper School Social Studies Award, Yashua Amen.
The recipient of this year's Middle School Science Award is a student who excels at approaching science with a unique perspective, consistently applying critical thinking to explore problems from angles others might not initially consider. She brings enthusiasm and a positive mindset that uplifts those around her, creating a more vibrant and engaging classroom environment for everyone. She embodies the curiosity and determination of a true scientist, embracing challenges and pushing the boundaries of her thinking. When it comes to hands-on projects, she shines as a student who approaches these challenges with innovation and creativity, reflecting careful thought and a willingness to take risks in her learning. This was especially evident in her work learning the concepts of simple machines and earthquakes through hands-on projects. Her teachers describe her as someone who makes meaningful contributions to class discussions, and that her presence in the classroom elevates the learning experience for everyone around her. Please join me in congratulating this year's Middle School Science Award winner, Willow Kenyatta. The The recipient of this year's Upper School Science Award demonstrates the strength of love of learning by going above and beyond what is expected and seeking to understand the why behind scientific concepts. This innate curiosity, paired with exceptional follow-through, are qualities demonstrating a strong scientific mind. Many people have things they wonder about, but the ability to follow through and investigate these curiosities sets the student apart. He is described by his science teachers as having impressive engagement, enthusiasm, and dedication, especially when finding ways to connect to real-world topics. This was best seen in his work on rainforest deforestation and sustainable development by showing how data-driven storytelling can drive awareness and change. His story map on the Amazon blends environmental science, indigenous rights, and innovation in a way that reflects his larger mindset, that learning should be actionable and curiosity should always lead to impact. Please join me in congratulating this year's Upper School Science Award winner, Tate Ko.
The Middle School Mathematics Award is presented to honor the memory of Lois Banis, who taught our 7th grade math program until her untimely death in 2002. Lois exemplified a love for students as well as love for learning. Her students were aware of how much she cared for them, and through example, she taught them to care for each other. She encouraged them to open their minds and be persistent and creative in their approach to mathematics and to see the wonder and beauty in it. This student demonstrates the characteristics that Lois so beautifully fostered in her classroom. His middle school math teachers write, "He's a thoughtful, engaged member of the community. While he's always ready to joke around with his peers, he also shows a maturity that allows him to pull back and focus until he fully comprehends each concept. With that, he has always been a kind and respectful student whose appreciation of learning makes him easy to teach. He is always willing to push himself, and his love of learning will take him far." The Lois Banis Middle School Math Award winner is Luke Corbin Thompson. The Upper School Mathematics Award is presented to students who have demonstrated exceptionally strong skills in mathematics, especially in the areas of critical thinking and problem solving. This year's recipient has, year after year at Whitfield, paired an impressive mathematical aptitude with an equally high work rate. This student is consistently actively engaged and intentional in her study of mathematics. She challenges herself to go beyond the basics of a topic, seeking out connections to other mathematical concepts from her previous courses. Having performed at an exceptionally high level in each of the most rigorous courses we offer, the love and enthusiasm for the workings of math has been exciting to witness. It is my pleasure to present the Upper School Mathematics Award to Claire Ellen Carroll.
Thanks to a generous gift by the Shepherd's Foundation in 2019, Whitfield was able to make a large investment in our computer science program. The funding allowed the school to greatly expand our computer science course offerings, professional development for faculty, and software industry curriculum and career exposure, which is woven across the academic disciplines and grade levels. The Shepherd's Foundation Upper School Computer Science Award recognizes a student who has demonstrated strong software development skills and a passion for technology and its wide range of applications. This year's recipient embodies these qualities fully. As one of the few students to have completed all of Whitfield's computer science electives, he consistently challenges himself to deepen his understanding. Pursuing opportunities beyond the classroom, he worked with WashU's IT department, gaining experience in a large-scale computer science networking. His interest led him to dedicating his senior capstone to exploring how can I effectively create a low-cost networking for small businesses. At this year's Worldwide Technology Student STEM Forum, the hackathon team was challenged to tackle the concept of how to use AI to enhance digital literacy and cybersecurity awareness. This student built an AI database, social media platform user agreement, and developed an iPhone app that translated those user agreements into readable terms while allowing the user to assess their comfortability level with the policies. His work on this helped the team have one of the best scores they have ever had in the forum. With these remarkable accomplishments, I am honored to present this year's Upper School Computer Science Award to Leander and Seth.
The recipient of this year's Middle School French Award is a student who has shown exceptional talent and a clear understanding of the French language all year long. This student consistently demonstrates mastery with humility. Never seeking the spotlight, he is prepared and eager to contribute every day. While fun and lighthearted, it is this student's quick thinking and genuine curiosity that set him apart. This award honors not only his academic excellence, but also the natural talents and enthusiasm that he brings to our class every day. On behalf of Madame Pachorik, I am pleased to present this year's Middle School French Award to Samuel Huddy. The recipient of this year's Upper School French Award is an exemplary language learner. Her dedication, enthusiasm, and consistent excellence in both written and spoken French have set her apart as a true leader in the French classroom. She approaches the language with curiosity and respect, demonstrating not only a strong grasp of grammar and vocabulary, but also a deep appreciation for Francophone cultures. She exhibits a high degree of comprehension and is able to communicate complex ideas with ease during classroom activities. In addition, she has demonstrated leadership skills in the classroom by helping her peers whenever she can. Her commitment to mastering French is an inspiration to her peers, and we look forward to seeing how she continues to grow in her linguistic journey. On behalf of Madame Melendez, it is a pleasure to present the High School French Award to Gabby Gutierrez. The Middle School Mandarin Language Award is given to a student who has shown a great attitude, strong effort, and a real curiosity about learning Chinese, especially impressive for a first-year learner. Mandarin is one of the most challenging languages to study, but this student took it on with courage and determination. This student may be quiet at times, but always pays close attention in class and never hesitates to ask questions, often sending thoughtful emails to make sure they understood every detail. Whether it's practicing pronunciation, learning new characters, or studying for a quiz, this student always puts in the time and care. Homework is done, quizzes are well prepared for, and progress has been steady and impressive all year. It's been such a joy to see this student grow and gain confidence in Mandarin, said Mrs. Amy Lauscha. I'm so happy to celebrate their hard work and positive spirit with this year's Mandarin Award. On behalf of Amy Lauscha, I am pleased to present this year's Middle School Mandarin Award to Harper Davies. The Upper School Mandarin Language Award is given to a student who has shown a strong commitment to learning Mandarin, a true curiosity about Chinese culture, and a willingness to take on challenges with enthusiasm and a positive attitude. This award celebrates not just language skills, but a love of learning and discovery. This year's recipient is a student who brings energy, focus, and joy to every class. They're always ready to dive into something new, whether it's writing complex characters, practicing tones, or even tasting adventurous foods like chicken feet, duck heads, and fish eyes. Always paying close attention to detail, this student listens carefully, speaks with confidence, and writes with creativity. Most of all, this student has a deep love for singing in Mandarin, often lighting up the room with their voice. We're so proud to recognize this student's hard work and passion this year. On behalf of Amy Lauscha, I am pleased to present this year's Mandarin Language Award to Rosie Davidson. The recipient of this year's Middle School Spanish Award is a student who constantly pushes herself to be her best on every single assignment, quiz, and class discussion. Her command of the language has grown exponentially since the beginning of the year. She's always engaged and expects a lot from herself. Even though she's very bright and language may come easily to her, she never coasts or tries to take the easy way out. She won't accept anything but her best, and that is very rare at her age. On behalf of Profe Gamp, I am proud to present the Middle School Spanish Award to Sydney Levine. The recipient of this year's Upper School Spanish Award is a student who continues to push themselves despite already having extensive knowledge of the Spanish language. Her love of learning is evident during every single classroom discussion we've had over the years. Her willingness to ask insightful questions and put herself out there has made the class more enjoyable for everyone, including the teachers. It's been a pleasure to see how far this student has come since joining Whitfield in 6th grade with no Spanish experience, to earning a fantastic command of the language in just a few years. Her accolades in Spanish are impressive. Although she took and passed AP Spanish as a junior, she took advantage of the opportunity to continue learning the language through the dual credit class with Profe Gamp, who was also her 6th grade teacher. She traveled with Whitfield to Panama in 2023 and spent 6 weeks last summer studying and living in Malaga, Spain, on an academic scholarship. On behalf of Señor Casado, Profe Gamp, and myself, es sin duda que el premio de español de la escuela secundaria va a Catherine Marie Rose.
This student fills the stage with their passion and enthusiasm, always taking risks both physically and vocally, creating fantastic characters with apparent ease. He also has been a great team player on stage and, when needed, a leader in the rehearsal process. He has appeared in many productions outside of Whitfield and played Raven in the stories from the Bookhaven, and the role of contestant number 1 in this year's spring middle school production of The Audition. This year's award winner of the Performing Arts Middle School Award, is Brody Frank. Since 7th grade, this student has contributed to the Whitfield Theater program in all areas, as a performer and behind the scenes. They have consistently worked on their craft in productions here and outside of Whitfield, and by being a voracious audience member, attending every show they possibly can in the St. Louis area. Over the past year, the student blossomed both as a director and as a performer. During the student-directed one-acts, her sense of humor, knowledge, and attention to detail as a director created an environment during rehearsals that allowed their actors to feel safe, taking risks, and to do their best work as a result. This student also reached new heights as a performer during the fall play as Agnes in She Kills Monsters, and in the spring musical, Once Upon a Mattress, as Princess Winifred the Woebegone. I am pleased to present this award to Grace Mia Cooperstein. The Director's Award for Chorus is presented to a middle school student who has distinguished themselves in the vocal music program. This individual has grown immensely in musicianship, leadership, involvement, and achievement. They bring a level of focused enthusiasm to the class that is inspiring and motivating to those around them. Their sight reading abilities are impressive and continue to grow. This young person sings from the heart, and this is evident every time you watch them perform. I'm honored this year to present the Director's Award for Chorus to Aurora Burkhardt Garcia. The National School Choral Award represents the highest honor for a high school choral student, a recognition of exceptional talent, dedication, and leadership in vocal music. This year's recipient embodies all of these qualities and more. They are not only a skilled vocalist, but a committed and inspiring presence in our program. Their focus and enthusiasm are infectious, lifting the energy of every rehearsal and performance. With a voice as disciplined as it is expressive, the student has achieved notable success. They earned a coveted spot in the All-District Honor Choir, and their outstanding audition score qualified them for the prestigious All-State audition. They also did well at the District Solo and Ensemble Music Festival, receiving an excellent rating for their solo work. Beyond the choir room, they took the stage in our spring musical, Once Upon a Mattress, portraying the dashing and devoted Sir Harry with both charm and conviction. It is my great pleasure to present the 2025 National School Choral Award to Derek Christopher Palmer. The Director's Award for Band is being given to an outstanding member of the middle school band program. This student's dedicated effort makes him a strong ensemble member whose abilities set an exemplary performance standard in the classroom. He has high expectations of himself and works diligently to maintain those standards. In addition to his stellar work during the school day, he also seeks additional opportunities to showcase his talent, such as preparing a solo for our Whitfield Solo Night, performing with our jazz and trash can bands, and being selected as the second chair trumpet player for the All-District Honor Band. Please help me recognize this year's Director Award winner, Nathan Chen. recipient of the John Philip Sousa Band Award exhibits the outstanding dedication and superior musicianship in the high school band. This year's award recipient is a talented musician who has been an enthusiastic band member during her entire time at Whitfield. Eager to expand her talent, this individual continuously pushes herself to perform at a high level. In the fall, she was instrumental in the Trash Can Band's success. This spring, she earned a superior rating for her clarinet solo at the District Music Festival and went on to earn a silver medal at the state competition. Last week, she performed a tenor saxophone solo with the jazz band at our spring concert. Always a leader, this talented musician has set a strong example for younger band members. Please join me in congratulating this year's John Philip Sousa Band Award recipient, Diana Hunnigan. The recipient of the Middle School Visual Arts Award is a bright and creative 8th grade student who carefully considers and celebrates every detail in the creation of their art. Working with determination, this artist is not afraid to take risks or to follow a detour that may change their path. This fearlessness and motivation often lead to an exciting place. For one project in particular, the middle school artist made 3 unique versions of the same complex, labor-intensive project, utilizing every moment of class, even taking her work home. Using their computer experience to create outstanding unified digital designs, they also took their time and assisted several students who had technology issues or further questions about the program. This helpful, community-centered spirit was also on display when working on our 8th grade mural. I am pleased to announce that the recipient of the Middle School Visual Arts Award is Lee Kirkpatrick. This year's Visual Art Award recipient consistently searched for new and innovative ways to express their complex and unique ideas through visual communication. They worked endless hours forming a better understanding of their technical skills and drafting abilities, while honing their capacity to speak the language of art. They displayed mental dexterity by constantly questioning why they were doing certain things within their process while still figuring out how their work would come to fruition. This artist demonstrated grit and perseverance. When the going got tough, they decided to pull up their boots rather than shy away from a challenge. That's dedication and drive. This year's award recipient consistently impressed their teachers and peers with new perspectives relating to the contemporary artistic practices, choosing alternative media and techniques to get their point across, embracing their keep it weird mentality. Their work is challenging, often asking the viewer to question their own stance on what is normal in society, within a community or life in general. Whether upcycling an old worn boot, adding fake fur to a traditional portrait, or painting multiple rubber duckies with one strange one, this person is the personification of the creative thinker. It is my pleasure to present the 2025 Visual Arts Award to Dawn Lorraine Foster. The Cover Design Award, sponsored by the Arthur and Helen Baer Foundation in memory of J. Arthur Baer II, is given to a student whose work of art has been selected for use as the cover of the Whitfield School Planner. The image we selected for next year's planner is an example of how experimentation and patience can lead to unexpected moments. This artist is always playing and testing through his art. Not satisfied with merely meeting assignment expectations, he pushes past his first solutions and often takes his time to assist his peers. He rarely sits still. Instead, he's always working, helping, and creating. This dramatic image of color and liquid exploding will serve as a source of inspiration on our planners next year. Congratulations, Tanner Gilbertson. Peggy Gunlock Fine Arts Award was established in 1999 in the honor of Peggy Gunlock, a longtime friend of our school. The award is given to a student in recognition of outstanding artistic achievement in several artistic disciplines: dance, instrumental music, vocal music, theater, or visual arts. This student has been involved with the theater and band since she arrived at Whitfield as a 6th grader. She has been the ultimate team player behind the scenes in theater, joyfully taking on whatever role she is asked to do, from stage manager, spotlight, or sound operator to props and run crew. She selflessly does whatever is needed for each show and becomes a leader, teaching others by example. Also a dedicated musician, she has been an ardent member of both jazz band and trash can band through her high school career. Her creative contributions to the rehearsal process and her enthusiastic performances have been a delight. This year's recipient of the Peggy Gunlock Award is Isabel Emrich. Now I'd like to welcome retired Principal Ruth Greathouse to the podium to help present this next award.
I just get to smile and wave.
Oh, you're just going to smile and wave?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'm not done yet. All right, here we go. Welcome back.
Thank you.
The Ruth E. Greathouse Achievement in the Arts Award is presented annually to a student who has made a significant contribution to the arts, whether at Whitfield or in the broader St. Louis community. This year's recipient is an academically talented 9th grader whose commitment to the literary arts has already made a lasting impact on our school. As editor of Perspectives, Whitfield's literary arts magazine, this student has led with creativity, vision, and initiative. They encouraged writers and artists from across the school to submit their work, guided a small but passionate staff through the review and selection process, and even spearheaded the magazine's first ever mid-year issue, the zine, bringing a fresh and innovative voice to the publication. But perhaps the most impressively, the student took it upon themselves to digitally archive every past issue of the Literary Arts magazine, going all the way back to 1993 when it was first created as The Secret Voice. This means over 32 years of Whitfield's artistic and literary history is now preserved and accessible to anyone, anywhere. A gift to our community and a tribute to the students and faculty who have contributed their voices over the decades. And I understand he's already eyeing his next project, archiving the school newspaper, which dates all the way back to 1953. I have no doubt he'll accomplish this feat as well. For honoring our past, elevating our present, and shaping our future through the arts, we are proud to present this year's Ruth E. Greathouse Achievement in the Arts Award to Dylan Weiss.
This award is presented annually in honor of Jane Piper Gleason, class of 1970, to a student who exemplifies academic excellence and curiosity through a project-based curriculum focused on the richness of St. Louis history and culture, and appreciation of the arts and strong scholarly achievement. I'd like to invite Jane Gleason to join me at the podium. This year's recipient leads not by volume, but by presence, a quiet, constant force whose influence is felt in every space she occupies. In the classroom, she is an intellectual explorer who embraces complexity with curiosity and care, particularly when engaging with issues of history, justice, and ethics. In her human rights and genocide course, she stood out not only for her thoughtful analysis, but also for her empathy and respect for others. In the arts, she works with precision and patience, transforming materials like paper tape into elegant jewelry and digital tools into nuanced illustrations. Beyond the classroom, her leadership is just as authentic. On the lacrosse field, she guides younger players with encouragement and resolve, and in the community, she lends her voice to the student-to-student program, speaking out against anti-Semitism and building bridges of understanding. With maturity beyond her years, she embodies the very spirit of this award, rooted in scholarship, creativity, and citizenship. Please join me in congratulating the 2025 Jane Piper Gleason St. Louis Scholar, Ella Leah Wertman.
Every year, Whitfield students demonstrate a deep commitment to the St. Louis community and beyond through the extraordinary number of hours they devote to service, and this year has been no exception. Our Community Service Club has continued to create opportunities for the entire school to participate in meaningful service. Our parent liaisons transform many of their grade-level social events into service activities. And countless students have independently volunteered their time outside the school day, supporting a wide range of agencies and organizations that deeply appreciate their efforts. Several grade levels also dedicated W days to service this year. Notably, the junior class, thank you juniors, designed and implemented a new service learning project, which they presented to the school just a few weeks ago. For Whitfield students, being kind and doing the right thing often means showing up for others in both big and small ways. Students who complete 100 hours or more of community service in a school year are eligible to receive a Whitfield Community Service Pin. While 6th through 11th graders still have time to work toward that milestone, our seniors have already submitted their hours for review. Today, we proudly recognize those seniors who have logged 100 or more hours of community service with their final Whitfield Community Service Pin, an honor that reflects their dedication to helping others and their lasting impact on the world around them. I'd like to ask Upper School Director, Mr. Zach Schwartz, to join me at the podium to recognize those seniors with their senior service pin. Our 2024, yes, thank you, Mr. Schwartz. Our 2024-2025 Community Service Pin recipients are Tanner J. Gilbertson. Through Variety Children's Charity, Tanner served 105 hours of community service. Jillian Isabel Von Cloe. Jillian served 110 hours at organizations like Craftability, Planned Parenthood, and the Red Cross. Diana E. Hunnigan. For serving over 120 hours with her work at American Red Cross, Elliott Chapel Preschool, Greenwood Cemetery, Jewish Food Pantry, Open Spaces St. Louis, and others, we recognize Diana today. Mason Gabriel Marks. Mason also served more than 120 hours this past year through Student to Student and the United Hebrew Congregation. Caleb Nelson Carter. through organizations like Team St. Louis Wrestling, People's Community Christian Church, and Special Olympics, Caleb served over 256 hours of his time this past year. And finally, Joseph Klein. For serving over 768 hours. With his work at Camp Stone, we recognize Joseph today. Thank you, seniors, for your service.
Thank you, Mrs. Ringy, Mr. Schwartz. It is my honor and privilege to present our athletic awards for the 2024-25 school year. Our first award is the Whitfield Tri-Star Athlete Award. This award is for an athlete who receives a varsity letter in 3 sports during each of the 3 seasons. These athletes were 100% committed to Whitfield School, their teammates, and their coaches. Our first Tri-Star recipient participated in cross-country, basketball, soccer, and track and field. Congratulations to Lilia Long. Our next Tri-Star recipient participated in golf, basketball, and track and field. Congratulations to Kayla Marie Sellers. Our next Tri-Star Award recipient participated in cross-country, wrestling, and track and field. Congratulations to Beckett Lindsay. Our next Tri-Star Award recipient participated in soccer, basketball, and track and field. Congratulations to Roman Gabriel Angiri. Our next Tri-Star Award recipient participated in volleyball, basketball, and lacrosse. Congratulations to Caroline Frederick Dahlhoff. Our final Tri-Star Award recipient participated in soccer, basketball, and volleyball. Congratulations to Joseph Garcia Dominguez. The Whitfield School Cross Country Award is presented annually to a member of the cross country team who has demonstrated a strong personal commitment to fostering team spirit and sportsmanship and is committed to academic achievement. This athlete will end his high school cross country career as the 6th fastest boys cross country runner in school history. His 5K personal record time of 17:04 ranks as the 33rd fastest time ever, with thousands of runners over the years. There is no doubt he worked tirelessly to push himself outside of his comfort zone and truly find his fullest potential as a runner to reach these marks. But his work as a teammate within the program was equally amazing. In a sport that can seem to be all about you, he always found a way to help and include his teammates whenever possible. He worked hard to leave our cross-country program better than he found it, and for that, we are grateful. It is my great pleasure to present the 2025 Whitfield Cross Country Award to Eli Charmley. The James T. Costello Sixth Man Award is given in memory of James T. Costello, basketball coach at Whitfield School from '89 to '92. This award is presented to a student who demonstrates outstanding commitment and dedication to the basketball team. This year's recipient is a junior on our boys varsity basketball team who has been an integral part of our team culture. A selfless competitor and an energizing presence off the bench, this person exemplifies what it means to lead through action. His energy is infectious, his dedication unparalleled, and his commitment to doing the little things, defending, rebounding, communicating, playing with grit, is everything a coach could ask for. Beyond his performance, he is a respected and admired teammate. He's someone his peers look up to, and I'd confidently say he represents the heart and soul of the basketball team. This season, he rose to the occasion both on and off the court, consistently bringing intensity and intention every day. It's my honor and privilege to present the 2025 James T. Costello Sixth Man Award to Zachary Varner. The Whitfield School Coaches Award is presented annually to a male and female athlete who demonstrates outstanding dedication and commitment to the Whitfield athletic program throughout their upper school years. This first honoree is a versatile competitor who contributed greatly to the Whitfield athletic program in multiple sports, including volleyball, basketball, and lacrosse. She has been a pleasure to coach for so many at Whitfield. She has consistently gone above and beyond for her teams and her coaches. Throughout her athletic journey, she has repeatedly joined teams with low participation numbers simply to have others thrive with district and state titles for her teams. Though injuries have occasionally disrupted her journey, her commitment never wavered. She remained focused on personal growth and fully embraced her role, making a meaningful and lasting impact on her teammates and her coaches. She is someone her team can always rely on. Selfless, humble, and genuinely devoted to her friends and the Whitfield community. Her quiet strength and unwavering dedication makes her truly deserving of this recognition. It is with great pride that I present the 2025 Whitfield School Female Coaches Award to Caroline Frederick Doloff. This year's Male Coaches Award is presented to an individual who participated in soccer, basketball, and volleyball throughout his Whitfield career. He quietly and quickly emerged as one of the top offensive middle hitters in the state in volleyball. His basketball and soccer skills always enhanced the team goals, and he greatly impacted the team's success. Unfortunately, he has sustained multiple injuries throughout his career, but all the while, always putting the needs of his team above his own. He is a supportive teammate who consistently uplifts others, offering encouragement to those who may be facing challenges. He is a well-rounded student athlete who understands the big picture and the process of achieving great things. His dedication and love for the Whitfield community, which he regularly displays, is unwavering. It is my honor to award the 2025 Whitfield Male Coaches Award to Joseph Garcia Dominguez. Our next award is a Ginger Newton-Jacobi Class of 73 Athlete of the Year Award. Ginger, if you can please join me at the podium. This is awarded to a male and female athlete in grades 10 through 12 who participates in one or more varsity sports and who demonstrates the qualities associated with outstanding achievement in the field of athletics. This year's Ginger Newton-Jacobi Female Athlete of the Year goes to a member of our girls volleyball program. This year's recipient truly exemplifies excellence in volleyball. A passionate competitor and 2-year team captain, she led by example, earning the respect of her teammates through her relentless work ethic and drive to succeed. She was originally trained as a setter, but over the past 2 years, she selfishly stepped into the role of outside hitter for our program, an unfamiliar position that pushed her beyond her comfort zone. Yet she embraced it with determination and grace. She also competes at the club level, finishing her club career with a top 20 national ranking. Her impressive list of achievements include 4 years on varsity, multiple Student Athlete of the Week awards, St. Louis Area Statistical Leader, First Team All-District and Academic All-State, all 4 years. She has also helped lead her team to back-to-back district championships. It is with much pride that I present to you our 2023 Ginger Newton Female Athlete of the Year Award to Claire Ellen Carroll. Our next award is the Ginger Newton-Jacobi Male Athlete of the Year Award. This award is presented to a senior who has accomplished some amazing feats this year, along with the past 4 years. This athlete is a dedicated and determined young man who never allowed setbacks to stand in the way of his goals. His path to becoming a Misha Wrestling Class 3 individual state champion was anything but easy. Starting wrestling in middle school, he spent countless hours learning the fundamentals before evolving into a skilled and strategic competitor. As he gained experience, he developed his own unique style and crafted his one-of-a-kind setup for his signature moves. Failing to place at state as a freshman and sophomore only fueled his determination. After earning 3rd place as a junior, he made a firm decision. He would return as a senior and leave no doubt. And that's exactly what he did, dominating all 4 of his state tournament matches by major decision and achieving his ultimate goal of becoming a Class 3 individual state champion. It is my great pleasure to present the 2025 Ginger Newton-Jacobi Male Athlete of the Year Award to Rome Ashlyn Tate. Thank you. Our last athletic award today is the 2025 St. Louis Post-Dispatch Scholar Athlete Award. It is given annually to a graduating senior, male or female, who excels in both academics and athletics during their high school career. This year's recipient participated in wrestling and track and field. This athlete concluded his high school wrestling career as a 3-time state placer, earning 4th place as a freshman, 6th as a sophomore, and finishing as a state runner-up his senior year. His relentless work ethic and drive extend well beyond the wrestling mat. While his determination in competition is impressive, his academic tenacity is what truly sets him apart. He embodies the true definition of a student athlete, proving that excellence in both academics and athletics is not only possible, but attainable with discipline and commitment. It is with great honor that I present the 2025 St. Louis Post-Dispatch Scholar Athlete Award to Joshua Amen.
Students who qualify for the honor roll for both semester 1 and 2, who have great school citizenship and positive attendance record, may receive the Whitfield School Scholar Award. I am pleased to introduce the 12th grade recipients of the 2025 Whitfield School Scholar Award. John Welsh Arneson. Bartley Alexander Bukine. Claire Ellen Carroll. Caleb Nelson Carter. Eli Charmley. Grace Mia Cooperstein. Spencer Lewis Korn. Caroline Frederick Dahlhoff. Gwendolyn R. Danoon. Joseph Garcia Dominguez. Noah Green. Nicole Morcos. Drake Michael Noonan. Jack Ryder. Juhi Roy. Nia Schlappman Penalba. Ashley Teresa Stoddard. Anna Clarcita Struckoff. Ella Leah Wertman. And Kali A. Whitfield. And before I continue, I'm sure there's some seniors saying, what about me? Would like to recognize our 6th grade and continue a tradition that Mrs. Greathouse started a long time ago. And I think, Dr. Jones, you have some of our 6th graders. You've warned them.
They have been warned, yes.
All right. Whitfield's class of 2025, there's 9 of you who began your time on campus as 6th graders, and you have persevered to earn your 7th and final Whitfield Scholar Award. You've worked hard, you've demonstrated resilience, you've been fearless in the face of challenges, especially junior year, you've strived and ultimately excelled academically even when the going got tough. Thank you for setting an inspiring example for this year's 6th grade. And 6th grade, can I have you come join me right up here? We're gonna have you give these seniors their final scholar pin. Okay, so can I have Noah Addison Epstein? Good. Here. Go get your picture. Fisher. Is Leah not here? Oh, bummer. Okay, come on, we'll give Leah hers. Dawn Lorraine Foster. Paige Hoy. Mason Gabriel Marks. Annabelle Rose Rappers. Kate Marie Rose. Cole Patrick Sargent. And Sophie Wilson. Thank you, sixth graders.
At this time, I'd like to invite Grace Cooperstein, Dawn Foster, and McKenna Ryder, our yearbook editors-in-chief, to the podium.
When you think of first, what do you think of? Do you think of your first day of school, your first best friend, or your first teacher? What about when you think of Whitfield first? You may think of your first lunch, your first announcement, or your first time walking through the tunnel of seniors on the first day. Soon, you'll stop having first and become part of the Whitfield community. You'll join clubs, sports, and count the days until summer break. You become a high schooler and say goodbye to your middle school teachers. You take freshman classes like Foundations or Fine Arts 9, and then begin taking higher level classes like History that covers ancient civilizations to present day and everything in between. You fight to win the costume contest and earn spirit points as the underdogs against the new sixth graders and the seasoned seniors. You sit through awards assemblies where, let's be honest, you haven't won any awards yet.
Eventually, you go from sitting through graduation, bored out of your mind, to cheering on the upperclassmen you love and looking forward to your own graduation senior year. And then the day comes, and you have your last first day of school, your last spirit week, and your last official day of school. You have your senior night and/or your last game, your last note during the musical, and your last period of the class that has become a second family for you. You walk through the halls and look back upon your years at Whitfield and hope for the future ahead of you. No matter where you are in your Whitfield journey, every first, last, and in between matters. That is why we chose to focus on exactly that with our yearbook theme this year: first, last, and everything in between.
How do you write a good hook for your favorite English teacher? Do you start with a statistic about how the Whitfield English department consumes the most coffee per year? Do you start with an anecdote about how you found your favorite book in her class? Or do you start with a clever quote by her favorite author, Jane Austen, who famously stated, "It isn't what we say or think that defines us, but what we do"? To answer this question, you must go to the room 308 in the English hallway, and there you'll find Miss Sari Rotzkoff. She would tell you to start with a thesis, followed by some evidence, and that there should probably be some reasoning at the end. So, let's start with the thesis. Ms. Rotzkoff exemplifies this year's yearbook theme, first, last, and everything in between. Ms. Rotzkoff started at Whitfield in 1994 as a 7th grader. She was taught by teachers such as Mr. Ginky and Dr. Hayes, and was a classmate of Coach Polite. She was also a dedicated student who exemplified the Whitfield value of be kind and do the right thing.
In class, she was known to have unique points of view and to challenge others. After graduating, she became a social worker until she pivoted to teaching. She ended up student teaching with Dr. Hayes and working with the Whitfield English department. She was eventually hired as a teacher in 2016 and has been working as an English teacher for 9 years. In 2024, her son Noah started attending Whitfield as a 7th grader, making this her first year as a Whitfield parent and a teacher. We, the student body, hope that her last anything won't be anytime soon. Nobody could better exemplify the total Whitfield experience. Ms. Rotzkoff has truly made her mark on this community. She is an integral part of all of our Whitfield lives. Her sponsorship of Secret Voice, Women's Alliance, and even as the Habits Curriculum Coordinator, she's taught us all how to be our best selves and go into the world with radical kindness. Her commitment to this school can be seen every day, as she's often the first car in the parking lot, the first to volunteer for committees, and embodies the mission of our school. We would like to thank her for all that she does to make Whitfield a special place. We have a yearbook and a t-shirt.
Good morning, everyone. Great job, great job. This award is given in memory of Jamie Snow Pennebecker, Whitfield class of 2007. It is awarded annually to a middle school student who possesses a genuine concern for others, a joyful enthusiasm for life, and is actively involved in the school community. This year's recipient is known across campus as an exceptionally kind person. A lost art, this student always greets his teachers when he sees them and thanks them at the end of each class. This student is a courageous public speaker, and his peers say he may just be president one day. As a leader in the middle school, I've been impressed with his ability to keep me on track with everything from course registration to ending recess on time. I feel so lucky to have had the opportunity to get to know him. He loves Whitfield, and Whitfield loves him back. Please join me in celebrating this year's recipient of the Jamie Snow Pennebecker Award, Teddy Keller.
The Student Council Student of the Year Award is the only award whose recipient is selected by the students through their student council representatives. This award is given to a student who has made the greatest contribution to the school during the year through positive school spirit and excellent leadership. This year's recipient is a natural leader and often cited as the face of Whitfield School. Whether they are serving as a volunteer for Special Olympics or governing as our student body student council president, this student puts everything they have into what they do. This year's recipient is dedicated to Whitfield and the Whitfield community. There are the obvious examples: wrestling, other athletics, extracurriculars, but just as importantly, those are the examples of the dedication that happen behind the scenes that truly set the student apart. Respected among his peers and teachers alike, this student sets the standard of what it means to be a Whitfield warrior. Please join me in celebrating this amazing individual and this year's Student Council Student of the Year Award recipient, Caleb Nelson Carter.
School Service Award is given to a senior in recognition of outstanding service to the school. While that may sound simple, the level of commitment required to earn this honor is anything but. We look for a student who has made service a consistent part of their life over many years. Someone who serves not for recognition, but because they find meaning and fulfillment in giving back. Our 2025 recipient embodies all of these qualities and more. Each year we honor a senior whose leadership has elevated our school community and inspired those around them to be more thoughtful, more engaged, and more courageous. This student is an advocate, a representative, creative, athlete, mentor. Whether speaking up for others, planning events, capturing moments behind a camera, or welcoming new students, she leads with passion and humility. She connects across groups, from cultural and service organizations to the arts and athletics, and takes on roles that require both visibility and behind-the-scenes efforts. In every space, she leads with authenticity and intention. She doesn't just show up, she shows up for others. As vice president of the Black Student Union, a senior class representative on student council, and an active member of yearbook, fashion club, and admissions, she's consistently used her voice and talents to make Whitfield a more inclusive, vibrant, and welcoming place. She's also led by example on the basketball court, where determination and resilience helped the Fighting Five win a district championship her sophomore year, and most recently, when she was a handful of seniors who joined the 8th grade class at their overnight trip to Camp Wyman. It's been said that leadership is about making others better as a result of your presence and making sure that impact lasts in your absence. This student embodies that idea. What else could she do when the name on the front of her jersey is the same as the one on her back? Please join me in congratulating this year's recipient of the Whitfield Service Award winner, Kali A. Whitfield. The Whitfield Community Award was created to honor a student who leads with kindness, engages with enthusiasm, and makes a lasting impact through both character and contribution in their very first year as a student. This year's recipient has done all of that and truly stood out from the start. From the moment she arrived, this student brought a quiet confidence and quick wit that made an immediate impression. Thoughtful and observant, she takes everything in before offering insights that are both meaningful and constructive. The kind of peer whose honesty helps others grow because it's always delivered with kindness. In the classroom, she sets a high standard. Academically strong, intellectually curious, and consistently prepared to contribute with insight and clarity. Just a few weeks into her first year as a sophomore, teachers were already saying, "I hope admissions send us more students just like her." Her impact, however, extends well beyond the classroom. She joined both the cross-country and track teams, where she's been a steady, determined, and uplifting presence. Whether in the middle of a race or a classroom discussion, she shows up fully, with grace, grit, and heart, proving that her commitment to this community runs deep in every sense of the word. She hasn't just adjusted to Whitfield, she has elevated it. It is with great joy and admiration that I present this year's Whitfield School Community Award to Hannah Inazio.
The Philip B. Cady Scholar Award is given annually to a student in grades 9 or 10 who exemplifies unwavering loyalty to the school, strong academic achievement, and a sincere commitment to community. This student is an active participant in the life of Whitfield and someone whose presence makes our school a better place. I'd like to invite Flip Katie to the podium to help present the award.
Good morning. This year's recipient embodies the spirit of this award through his thoughtful leadership, academic curiosity, and deep care for the Whitfield community. As a sophomore class representative on student council, he brings energy, reliability, and creative ideas to every meeting, and he's often the first to volunteer when something needs to get done. He extends that same commitment to other areas of campus life. Through his leadership of the Gender and Sexuality Alliance, his behind-the-scenes contributions as the stage manager for this year's spring musical, and his work as a Real Talk facilitator, helping to guide meaningful conversations among his peers. As a dedicated scholar, he brings insight, creativity, and a passion to classroom conversations. His work reflects both intellectual depth and a sincere interest in the world around him, and he is the kind of student who shows up fully, ready to serve, ready to lead, and ready to help us grow together. Please join me in congratulating this year's Philip B. Katie Scholar, Aaron Macias.
The Peter Mac Ellis, Class of 1971, Senior of the Year Award is given in memory of Peter Mac Ellis, Whitfield Class of 1971. It is awarded to a senior who has been an outstanding school citizen, distinguished him or herself by leadership and scholarship, extracurricular activities, and involvement as a significant contributor to the St. Louis community. This year's recipient is a tenacious and humble scholar, a committed and involved community member, and an empathetic and compassionate citizen. In the classroom, she challenges herself not only through the rigor of her coursework, but by asking insightful questions and cross-examining her own understandings. In clubs and community spaces, her leadership and level-headedness bring out the best in her peers and were instrumental in the founding of one of our affinity groups. And beyond the walls of school, she is committed to bettering the world around her. Deeply committed to philanthropy, for the past 2 years, she has spent hundreds of hours teaching English to teenagers in Brazil, while also meaningfully contributing to the betterment of our city. Holistically, her drive for excellence and commitment to inclusivity permeates all that she does. Whether in the classroom or athletic arena, at assembly or on stage, her actions encompass the values of high standards, honesty, integrity, grace, pride in oneself, respect for others, dealing with disappointment, and becoming the best human being one can be. Please join me in congratulating this year's recipient of the Peter Mac Ellis Senior of the Year Award, Mia Schlottman.
The Head of School's Leadership Award is given to a student who demonstrates uncommon initiative, integrity, and impact. Someone whose leadership lifts others, strengthens community, and reflects the core values of our school. This year's recipient is a student whose presence is felt in every corner of Whitfield's campus, not because he demands attention, but because he consistently shows up for others, for his studies, for his community. His schedule is full and varied. Student council president, wrestling team captain, peer mentor, volunteer, church leader, and more. But his varied interests and activities come together with integrity. Wherever he is and whatever he does, he brings his whole self, acting with humility and selflessness. This young man leads by example, balancing academic excellence with a commitment to service and a leadership style that is collaborative, optimistic, and quietly inspirational. To cite just one example, when he saw a need in our community, he brought back the Special Olympics program, reviving an initiative that now benefits young athletes and inspires his peers to serve. The faculty who know him best describe this young man as an exemplary student and just a good human being. It is my honor to present the 2025 Head of School Leadership's Award to Caleb Nelson Carter. The Janet S. Rock Spirit of Whitfield Award is given in memory of Janet S. Rock, a beloved Whitfield teacher, coach, parent, and friend who passed away on September 11, 2011. It is awarded annually to an individual in the Whitfield family who exemplifies Janet's spirit, enthusiasm, passion, and dedication for everything Whitfield. Her example of how to live life well continues to shine in our hearts, our memories, and in every kindness that we show to one another. Since joining Whitfield in 2022, this year's recipient has brought remarkable energy, warmth, and creativity to the literal heart of the Whitfield campus. The intellectual commons has been transformed into a joyful hub of exploration, collaboration, and student leadership. Whether supporting readers in finding the next great book or introducing new tools in design and video editing, this individual infuses every interaction with enthusiasm and encouragement. Students flock to the IC during ACT Lab, not only for resources, but because they feel welcome, seen, and valued. One of the many initiatives launched by this individual is the Library Council, a group of students whose work has meaningfully increased the diversity and depth of the school's book collection. In doing so, they've amplified student voices and helped build a collection that reflects the identities and interests of the entire community. This person also created and maintains a lively Intellectual Commons Instagram account that connects with students through humor, insight, and timely recommendations, an extension of the vibrant presence she brings to campus every day. Known for her positivity, generosity of time and spirit, and genuine love of Whitfield, this individual helps to put curiosity and intellectual vitality at the heart of the Whitfield experience. She is a connector, a cheerleader, and a champion of student growth. In conversations among longtime colleagues, one sentiment has emerged again and again. She reminds me of Janet. It is an honor to present the 2025 Janet S. Rock Spirit of Whitfield Award to Ms. Heaven John.
The Lola B. Goodwin Community Award is given to that unique individual who has worked relentlessly to bring the Whitfield community together, using that same type of love and dedication one would give to his or her own family. I would like to ask Ruth Greathouse and Ricky Goodwin to join me at the podium to present this award.
If you know me, you know I cry when this award goes, right? If you don't know me, now you know that. There is truly no one more a part of the Whitfield family than this year's recipient. For more than 4 decades, he has been a quiet and steady presence at the heart of our school. He first came to Whitfield as a boy, following his mother, Lola B. Goodwin, the award's namesake, into the kitchen where she served as the school's beloved cook. Lola didn't just feed students and faculty, she fed their souls. Her famous cookies, her warmth, and her unwavering care left a lasting imprint on generations of Whitfield families. She gave herself completely, and her example of service lives on in her son. We all know who I'm talking about, so I might as well say his name. Ricky officially joined the staff in 1985 and has been a vital member of the maintenance team ever since. But his contribution goes far beyond tools and tasks. He helps maintain not only the physical campus, but also the spirit of Whitfield. Whether he's quietly preparing a space for a special event, solving a problem before anyone notices it exists, or offering a warm greeting in the hallway, his presence grounds this community. He leads with humility and kindness, embodying the same generosity and grace that defines his mother's legacy. His relationship with God is central to who he is. You need another tissue because I've got one. And his deep faith guides the way he supports others. He is known for his long prayer list, which always seems to have room for one more name, and one more name, and one more name. When a student or colleague is facing a challenge, he holds their best interests close, often without ever being asked. He shows his care not through grand gestures, but through quiet constancy. And that care has lifted countless members of this community over the years. Ricky is also, perhaps most famously, the special caretaker of the Whitfield school dogs. First Murphy, Whitfield's first school dog, a chocolate lab who lived across the street, used to walk over every day to find him in the shop or hop into the gator to ride across the campus. When Murphy passed away in Ricky's arms, he and me, we agreed that Whitfield would always have a dog. Today, Sunshine waits patiently outside of Dr. Cunningham's office, tail wagging, ready for her daily walk with her most trusted companion. Ricky still carries a photo of Murphy in his wallet. When asked how he's created the bond he has had with Murphy, Mischief, Rascal, and Sunshine, he simply says, "I just give the dog love." And that's who Ricky is. Someone who gives love freely and carries on a family legacy of kindness and goodness and community. With deepest admiration and gratitude, the 2025 Lola B. Goodwin Building Community Award is presented to Mr. Ricky Goodwin.
The last award, the George A. Newton Outstanding Teacher Award, is given in memory of Mr. George A. Newton, former Whitfield Board Chair and father of Ginger Newton Jacoby, alumna of the class of 1973, and the namesake of our Athlete of the Year award. I'd like to invite Ginger to join me at the podium, please. This award is given annually to a teacher who has made a significant contribution to the educational program of the Whitfield School in the realm of academics, athletics, or fine arts, or to a teacher who has made a meaningful impact on the school community. This year's recipient joined Whitfield in 2021 as a recent graduate of Washington University of St. Louis, arriving with a strong foundation in mathematics, a deep commitment to student-centered learning, and a passion for building strong relationships, authentic relationships with young people. Originally from Minnesota, she brought with her a calm confidence, pedagogical clarity, and a spirit of Minnesota nice that has quietly endeared her to colleagues and students alike. A member of the mathematics department, she teaches Algebra 2 and AP Statistics. Her classroom is a laboratory of learning. Students don't just receive material, they interact with it. Not an instructor, but rather a designer of learning experiences, she creates opportunities for students to explore and deepen their understanding. As a result, students develop not only mathematical fluency, but also academic confidence and a deeper love of learning itself. She combines warmth and high standards and clear expectations. Her classroom is collegial, inclusive, and lively, an environment that encourages risk-taking, persistence, and joy. She helps students see themselves as capable, empowered mathematicians. And then there are the distinctly her touches, like quadratic formula caroling in November, that wed laughter and logarithms, fun and functions. Her impact extends far beyond the math classroom. As a 10th grade advisor, she is both compassionate and constructive, caring about her students as people first, while equipping them with specific strategies to grow. As faculty sponsor of the Gender and Sexuality Alliance, she fosters space for belonging and courageous leadership. As prom committee leader, she brings calm, creativity, and attention to detail to one of the most complex events of the year. Her colleagues know her as a quiet powerhouse, thoughtful, dependable, and deeply committed to students. Her students know her as someone who sees them, challenges them, and inspires them to be the students she knows they can be. It is a true pleasure to present the 2025 George A. Newton Outstanding Teacher of the Year Award to Ms. Lauren Kisling. Once again, congratulations to all the recipients and to the Whitfield community for being such a special place. One quick note before we all disperse and go on to our day of play. Those people who are parked, staff and faculty and juniors who are parked over across the street need to wait until 11:15 to 11:30 before you leave. So just hold on a little bit and give us some time for that. Otherwise, we are dismissed. Enjoy the rest of the day.